Welcome to the exciting and new mini podcast. I'm Jason.
I'm Andy.
I'm Dana.
And I'm Becky.
Yay.
Welcome, Becky.
Another noob.
I like it when there's another girl on.
It evens things out.
Yes.
We've had that a lot recently.
I know.
Yeah, right? It's Adrian.
Becky's my sister, in case anybody doesn't know who Becky is.
Yes, so we're docs her right
I am,
away.
I am.
Wow, that's the last name. Okay.
So what have you been watching, Dana?
I watched two things. The first one is called Jailbreak, Love on the Run. It's on
Is that a
Netflix.
series?
No, it's just one episode, hour and a half-ish. It's a documentary on back in 2022. That jail guard who broke out the
I
prisoner
wanted to see
she
that.
was having an
Yes,
affair
Is that
with.
like in Connecticut
And they,
or something?
yeah,
I remember that.
Upstate New York, right?
Was it New York?
somewhere. Honestly, I forget where they were.
I thought it was down south.
Yeah, it might have been down south.
For some reason,
It could have been out west.
some reason I
I don't know.
thought it was close, yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
somewhere.
But they were on like it was down south. You know why? Because they were going. I think they were trying to get
They were
towards
caught in
Texas.
New York, right?
No, I think
Okay.
they were like caught in like somewhere between like Texas and that southern area.
I might be thinking of a whole nother story.
Alabama.
Yeah, Alabama or something.
Alabama,
Oh,
correct.
yeah, Alabama.
That sounds
It was
right
a documentary or a show?
Yeah, it was just a one episode about
Perfect. 90 minutes?
live the
Nine-
footage from the jail and her letting them out and the 10-11 day manhunt to find them and there were recorded phone calls because
remember
she was
when that was
calling him
going
on the
on.
jail every day for years because she had a burner phone and she was the one who monitored the calls anyway a lot of the times and stuff like that. So
Right.
it was actually really interesting and sad for her. Obviously she did something wrong. She let him out, but I felt bad for her in the end just because of the kind of person she was. And
Because she fell in love
ruined
with
her
that.
life
Yeah.
for this man. And I honestly, either I forgot or I never found out how it was resolved and what
How much
happened at
time
the
did she
end.
get in prison?
I'm not going to say anything.
I'll watch it.
Yeah, watch it because at
did
the
this happen?
end, 2022.
Oh,
What's it
so
called?
Very
recent.
recent.
Jailbreak, Love on the Run. It's on Netflix.
Jailbreak.
I was surprised at the end because I didn't remember hearing this was the resolution of what happened, and he was already in jail pending a murder trial or attempted murder for like 75-year sentence or
That
something.
was his original.
That was his original, yeah.
He's a pretty bad dude.
Yeah. And obviously she did a horrible thing, so that was her choice, but I just, you can't help but feel bad for her because, I don't know. But anyway, the other thing I watched, I'm not going to tell you much about. I really, really liked it. They say you should go in blind, not knowing what it's about. And it's also on something. It's out there streaming.
they are on
It's
something.
on Netflix. It's called It's What's Inside. So the premise is 8 people, they're college friends. It's 8 years after college. One of them is getting married. It's the night before the wedding and they all get together,
Scripted?
Yeah. It's a good movie. I liked it a lot. But I don't want to you can't really say what it's about because it might give something away, but I really
Single
enjoyed
movie?
it. Single movie. It was compared to,
I like that too.
it says it's called, they compared it to like a
Less
kind
than
of
90 minutes?
bodies meets Knives Out
I
type
like
of.
Bodies, and I like
Yeah.
Knives Out.
Yeah.
Bodies.
That was the Pete,
Pete
Davidson,
Davidson.
horror movie.
At the house. Like
Yeah, the
house
mansion.
party.
party.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's very
That was
much
good.
like
That was
that.
fun, yeah.
It's contained in a single place and, everything goes on. And I really enjoyed it. Tara was like that. It is confusing. You do have to pay attention. You have to remember every single person's name. That is really important. There's 4 guys, 4 girls.
So it's
remember
not a
who's
movie
who.
to be watching with
Interesting.
your phone out.
No, you have to pay attention.
Knives Out is one you want to
Yeah, because this is like, I was like, wait a minute, who?
Is it a whodunit?
Who are they talking about?
on it.
Kind of. Kind of.
Is
What's
there
it called
anybody in
again?
it?
Who's in it?
What's Inside? Is that what it's called?
It's What's Inside.
It's What's Inside.
It's nobody.
Nobody?
I don't think there's a person in it that I
You guys
recognize.
taking notes over there?
Yes, because we will forget.
We had another
Yeah.
person
We have a
down there
running
recently, though, like
Yes, Stacy was like
writing
right down.
stuff down.
That
Yeah.
was funny when she said
It just came out yesterday, so it doesn't have any reviews or it had like a couple reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, but I really enjoyed it. Tara did not. So there you go. But that's really all I have.
I really haven't watched much. I watched the Devils win today, this morning at 10 o'clock. The Devils were in Prague playing the Buffalo Sabres. Scott's giving me a thumbs down.
Is he a Rangers fan? Or
Oh, that's
Flyers?
hockey?
Fan.
Yeah.
But the Devils started the season yesterday in Prague against the against the Sabres. I had to look up where Prague was. I knew it was like in Eastern Europe. I was like, I don't know
I was
what that
there.
is. And I was like,
That Czechoslovakia.
Czech
Yeah.
Republic, yeah.
Czech
And, which isn't even called the Czech Republic anymore. They called it something else now. They're like
really?
Czechoslovakia.
So they don't. Czechoslovakia was way before that. Then
That
Oh,
was
it's
when
not
it was
even called that anymore.
Slovakia was part of it, but
Yeah.
now it's not. And anyway, the Devils won both games against the Sabres. Go Devils. For some reason, I watched Halloween 2 and Friday the 13th Part 5 last night.
5. We do that next year. That's fun.
Jumping the gun.
I hope you
Jump
took
on it.
notes. You don't have to watch
one
it
with-
again.
That's Jason
That's
Blue.
that's the not
hockey
Jason
mask.
one
Yeah, it's
with
not Jason.
Dudley.
Oh.
Dudley's in it, and
The hockey mask has blue stripes on it. That gives it away.
yeah, Halloween 2. That's one of those movies that I could have told you before I watched it. I've definitely seen that movie, but like halfway through it, I'm just like, have I never seen Halloween 2? Because
Is
it
that
starts
the one
off.
we always watch?
It starts off right at the end of Halloween 1, where Loomis shoots him out the window, and then they look
Yeah.
out the window, and his body's not there anymore. And then
Yeah.
they're getting Jamie Lee Curtis to the hospital, and
Yes.
he's murdering some people around town.
We saw that recently.
Then it takes place in the
one of-
hospital mostly.
One of the funniest scenes is that car that
The fake Michael Myers like,
slams
where-
into that kid in a Mike Myers
everything-
costume. It just blows up
like,
instantly.
when that happened, I was like, I don't think I've ever seen this before because that was hilarious. I would have remembered that.
So funny.
He's
Just
on the,
instant
he's
explosion.
just on the street, this ranting old man, like, where is he? Where is he? And then he just sees a guy in a costume. He's like, that's him right there. And he chases him down, and the kid gets sandwiched between like a van and another car, and everything.
And it's
Oh my
an instant
God.
And
explosion.
you can't tell whether that was Michael Myers or not because now the person in that costume is beyond.
You make me
cooked.
think of Creep Show 2. Thanks for the ride.
Oh,
lady.
that's a great one.
I love that movie.
You guys
so
looking
that's
at
it?
my
That's all
poster
you've been
over there?
watching?
I got that
Oh,
sign
yeah.
from the girls at the
Please.
the drive-in.
Drive-in. That was
Yeah.
a fun night.
Yeah. That was very fun. Yeah.
Is Matt going up for the Friday the 13th next weekend?
Halloween.
Halloween, that's right, yeah.
1, 2, and 4 is one
Zach's
night.
going, I believe, too, because
Yes.
he was asking me if I was going to go.
Yeah, but Mac's going with his kids, and I think Kathy, his wife, is also
she's
going. I
going
think
to
they're
that
all
one, too?
going.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, they really had a great time for the Evil Dead. They were pissed when we left before Army of Darkness. I was like, it's already like midnight.
It's funny because I watched that last week. But Tim Dillon had a new comedy special on Netflix. It was called "This Is Your Country," but basically he did an episode of like Jerry Springer where he's the host and had guests come out and talk about like topics now. So it's sort of scripted by him, kind of like very weird. Some funny stuff, some stupid stuff. It's 45 minutes, so if you're into that kind of thing, I like Tim Dillon a lot, but it's not a straight stand-up special, you know. Then I watched the new Salem's Lot on Max.
Is it a
Someone
show?
was just telling me about that last night.
It's one movie, like
It's
because
a
the
movie.
original was a 2-part miniseries on regular TV.
Was it really?
Yeah,
I did not
because
remember
if you
that.
can watch the original, it's 3 hours and 3 minutes.
Was Rob
on-
Lowe in it? Who was
No.
who was the guy?
No,
in
nobody.
the original
Oh,
one?
okay.
Rob
No,
was in
the
Stand.
mini.
Oh.
the mini.
The
but
mini.
I had high hopes for it because it's kicked off Gordon Lightfoot song "Sundown's" playing. So I was like, this is great. In the middle of it, "Hurdy Gurdy Man" by Donovan's playing. So I was like, oh, great soundtrack, you know. But the movie was just,
Oh, that's
you
unfortunate.
know what I mean? So
You know, I think I brought up last week when we did Firestarter. That's like
it
one
fe-
of the.
you know what it felt like? It was like a rated R Stranger Things. That's what it felt like.
Well,
just a
Okay.
little,
That actually
just a
sounds
little
like it
bit
would be
more.
good.
Yeah.
But like, it wasn't enough. You know what I mean? But
I when we were doing Firestarter last week, I had said that that's like one of the few of those early Stephen King, like from like Carrie to Dolores.
Oh, when he
Claiborne.
had that streak?
I had
Yeah.
read every one of those except Firestarter, and I didn't read Salem's Lot until I read Dark Tower Part 5 has Father Callahan, the main
the
guy of
priest, yeah.
Salem's Lot.
Yep.
He's in that. Like he dies at the end of Salem's Lot, and he doesn't actually
He's
die.
a drunk in Salem's Lot.
He gets thrown into this world of Dark Tower, so he's a main character in Part 5 and 6 of the Dark Tower. So I was like,
Dark Tower comes after Salem's.
many years after.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had to go back and read Salem's Lot at that point because I didn't know who Father Callahan was and all that stuff. So I read that as kind of like a.
That's new on Max. It just came
And
out.
it's
this
just a
week.
movie.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
one.
just
it's
a movie,
like a 2-hour
yeah.
movie. That's it.
It was actually maybe an hour and 50 minutes, something like that. Yeah.
I'll watch it probably. I don't know, man. Most of the Stephen King remakes are like that Firestarter remake.
Yeah, I didn't check
and
that out.
Stand. I did not like the remake of the
The
Stand.
Pet Cemetery
never
remake.
watched
I didn't watch
either.
that.
None of those look
No.
good.
Then I watched Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, part 2.
Oh
Oh yeah, there's a part 2, and this is the first time Tigger will appear since he wasn't in the public domain until January 1st, 2024. But he won't resemble the Disney version due to copyright, so he looks a little
He
different.
can't look like the Disney version of Winnie the Pooh, but he can look like the original A.A. Mill, whatever.
I forget his
Milne?
name. Christopher.
Oh, Christopher Robin.
Robin.
Yeah, but
is the name.
whoever wrote the original Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, I don't
that's
know.
what this is based on. It's not based
Daniel?
on the
No.
Disney version.
I don't know. I'm not even going to try. But I'm also finished I'm on episode 6 of Monsters.
I
The
wanna
Lyle
watch
and
that.
Eric Menendez story
I
right now. And
really
it's
want
so
to.
good.
Yeah,
So
I
good.
really, really want to see that.
And now there's something coming out that they might be able to have like their case being re-brought up, and they
Yep.
have possibility of getting out.
Yeah, we were just
I mean,
talking about that.
I
And
know
getting to go to a
Kardashians.
Knicks game, he could be on another card. How cool would that be?
Now, didn't they live in Princeton?
They did, yes.
Because they
And
opened that
did they-
Chuck's Wings.
The
Did
one,
they own
the one
Chuck's?
went to
Okay.
Princeton.
Yeah.
Went
Yeah.
to Princeton for a while.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
But I know Kim Kardashian's involved in their case now. That's always good for you. Like if Kim Kardashian's involved.
She's done really well with the other cases that she's been involved with. She's got them-
I just don't understand how, like,
And she took the baby bar, which is the bar you take before the actual bar.
bar exam, you mean?
Yeah,
The bar-
so she
oh,
took the
okay.
baby bar and she passed that.
I didn't even know that was a thing. I just don't understand how they're bringing up this like child molestation stuff now, because that was brought up then. That was such a big part of the case then. And now they're saying that wasn't.
Now
part
they
of
got the kid from Menudo who's going to talk. I think he didn't talk before.
Maybe.
Now he's got a lot to say, and
But
I think that's what's going to help them possibly get out. That's what they're saying.
I don't know. I mean, they murdered their parents. I don't know
Yeah.
if they're going to get out. Maybe they'll.
Well, they could say that they did enough time for what they did to their parents.
Maybe.
That's a possibility.
Yeah, maybe.
How
they,
long have they been in prison?
It's been-
That was
I mean,
the
it
early
happened in
90s,
'89
Yeah.
when they shot him.
So
So
it's been like
right after
35 years. So
Yeah.
maybe they'll say like
Crazy.
20 years would have been their sentence if it would have been like 20 years to life kind of thing. Instead, they got life.
Yeah.
Maybe they'd say now it would be 20.
They might have been
years
able to get
life.
out on parole or something. Yeah,
I don't know.
that's it for me. What did
Crazy.
you guys watching anything?
Well, I watched The Perfect Couple on Netflix.
Oh yeah, I watched that too. I liked it.
Yeah, that was good.
Forgot to mention that.
No, I watched it before. I brought it up a few weeks
Oh,
ago.
okay.
It's the one with Nicole Kidman and Leaf
Oh, yeah,
Driver.
yeah, I remember you
Yes.
mentioning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She said you guys aren't.
So it's
gonna watch
good.
Yeah.
I do remember her saying that. Exactly.
Yeah. I was like, you guys won't watch it.
And then I started one. I work with someone who keeps kind of harassing me to watch the show Daisy Jones and the Six.
I've heard.
I've heard of
It's
it.
a
Okay.
musical-
Yeah.
Is that on
It's-
Amazon?
a band or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I've
and
heard of that. Yeah.
It's sort of like almost famous, but a show.
I think Logan watched that.
Okay.
I think so. I
So I'm
remember-
like halfway through. It.
Season, right?
Yeah, it's good. It's Elvis's granddaughter. I want to say is in
Okay.
it. She's the main girl.
Riley Keough, or
Yeah,
whatever you say her.
yeah. So watching that, and then we're just trying to watch some horror movies now because it's October, and we watch Poltergeist with Colin.
Yes, we did
Love
that,
that movie.
recently. Yeah.
So good.
Fun movie.
Yeah.
It is a good one.
That's about it.
Yeah, it's been. We just podcasted last Saturday and Monday, so I
Yeah.
ran
So,
out.
I mean, I snuck those two movies.
Yeah.
in, but-
Yeah.
I've been so busy at work that I get home and I don't want to watch anything. I'm angry and I sit down. I'm just like,
I don't blame you.
At night, it's tough because you're going to fall asleep very soon.
Yeah.
and that's. I mean, the movie we're about to podcast on. I saw the beginning and the end of last night, but this morning I woke up. I'm like, there's a portion of that movie I do not remember.
Yeah.
So I had to watch like the 20 minutes in the middle that I fell asleep watching last night. Not that that's any judgment of the movie itself. It was just.
You were sleeping.
You have a bourbon when you get home from work, and then your wife demands a martini later on. And you take that,
She can't drink
there's
that alone.
There's only so much I can do. There's only so much I can drink and then stay conscious at like 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Oh, the other one we watched was Long Legs.
That was weird.
It was
Oh,
a
yeah,
horror
that's with
movie.
Nicolas Cage. Yeah, I enjoyed
All
it.
over the place.
Oh yeah.
I've seen like
It wasn't the greatest, but it was
I
decent.
think my mom and my sister went to the movies to see it,
They saw
not
it in the
knowing
theater?
what it was. My sister's like, yeah, no. But I still want to see it because is Nicolas Cage is in it?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, then I'll watch it because.
It does not look like him.
Oh, okay. Is he long legs?
Yeah,
Okay.
he looks
Is
very
he
distorted.
bald and stuff.
And
He
like
looks
that?
very
I've
He
distorted.
does a very strange voice in this one, too.
Oh,
His
does
voice is
he?
very strange.
I like it when he's weird though.
I kept saying, "Is that Nicolas Cage?"
I saw a good Nicolas Cage movie. I forget what it's called, but I think we watched it. The one where he
Andy?
gets into people's dreams. The whole world is dreaming about him.
Oh, yeah. Dream Scenario.
Dream scenario. That was
I
a
thought you
good
were gonna
Nicolas
say
Cage
Dreamscape.
movie.
I'm like,
That was good.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Dream Scenario was fun.
It was. It was
he gets,
really good.
He gets a big head about it
Yeah,
and everything. So it's
yeah.
fun. Yeah, I enjoyed that movie. I like Pig, too.
I didn't. I didn't like
see that.
Pig.
I
It
did
was
like
really
the
good.
what was the unbearable weight of massive
That was
talent?
really
That
good
was
too.
fun. That was
Yeah.
It
fun.
was a fun
That was a good
movie.
one.
Yeah.
Not that I saw this. I didn't see this, but I heard from word of mouth 3 previous guests of ours all saw the Megalopolis movie on Thursday night.
Oh, I heard it was
heard of
this.
Well, I heard Carrie gave it a big thumbs up, Connor gave it a and Brady was like, so it was all over
Interesting,
the place.
yeah.
And
I'm
those
hearing-
are kind of the reviews.
that's
I'm hearing.
exactly what I've been
That's
hearing
funny.
too.
I've been hearing horrible things about the Joker too.
Oh,
The new Joker.
Yeah.
I have
I'm really
heard
sad
that
about that.
I know.
it's a secret musical and they're not advertising it that way. Like
Oh,
it's going to be
really?
an actual musical.
It's going to be a musical, yeah.
And
I didn't.
based on the commercials, you wouldn't know that, and you're going to go in there and be like, "Oh, what? Like I didn't want to watch a musical. That's no
Yeah, but I heard people just don't like it. It's boring.
because they
and-
probably should have made a sequel to a Joker movie. Like that was a flash in the pan. They got
You could do so
had
much else
lightning
with that
strike
character
there.
if you want, but
Yeah.
why?
But
no
you got to
need
make it a Batman movie.
It's also
Have
King of
Batman.
Comedy. That's what you basically
Yeah,
did.
it
The
was,
King
it
of
was
Comedy.
King of Comedy. That original Joker movie was the King of Comedy.
Have you ever seen that?
No, but you guys, I think we talked about that before.
We did it on the podcast.
Yeah.
Before you were on. That's right. But
With Brady, I think.
Brady joined us for that one.
I think so. One of the
It's
family.
it's a really good movie.
Yeah.
That's basically what the Joker was.
Yeah,
It's funny because De Niro,
Yeah, De Niro played
both of them.
the King of Comedy in the first one. He played
Yeah.
the Letterman role.
Yeah.
Well, Letterman, whatever. Who was it? Was it Dick Cavett in King of Comedy? Who was
Jerry Lewis,
Jerry Lewis.
Yeah.
Right. Doy.
Rupert Pupkin.
Yes.
I'm going to tell everybody to check us out over there on Spreaker. Download, rate, subscribe, review, do all those fun things. For the exciting and new podcast on all of our socials, the Jazoo on Instagram, Jazoo74 over there on X/Twitter. This has been the exciting and new mini podcast. I'm Jason.
AE Gonzo1 on Twitter, AE Gonzo1970 on Instagram. I'm Andy.
Dana Caps on TikTok, Dana Caps 77 on Instagram. I'm Dana.
This is Becky. I'm Beckword21 at something.
Instagram, Twitter.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Instagram.
Find you everywhere.
I forgot what it was for a second.
That's all right. You're not the first person you're going to say when the Cindy Brady Lake comes on.